Um, but you can always go to our website, twowaystreet.org. We're an org because we are loosely connected to this church building, only in the sense that they give us the room, the water, and the lights. So we are at twowaystreet.org, spelled out. And you can always find out who's going to be here. So that works pretty well also. Now I have to welcome our performers. For those who are performing tonight, you'll never guess what, I chose the number one spot. I said, I'm going to get it done, and then I'm done. I put the guitar away, and then MC the rest of the night. So on that happy note, I think I'm going to go. If you think this looks easy with all these chords and mics and everything, it's not. More than likely, I will make a mess of this. But anyway, here we go. So I chose my first song, and it kind of talks to a certain vintage of people. Young people have no clue what I'm talking about. But guys of my maturity will probably identify with everything that it says. So on that happy note, it's called A Different World. I heard it by a guy named Bucky Covington. Not a mainstream guy that I know of, but I'm going to play it anyway. So here we go. We were born to mothers who smoked and can't hear me. Okay, well, I'm sorry. Well, there you go, yeah. See, Ted is normally our leadoff guy, but he was a little late getting here tonight. So I quick jumped on it, and I'm doing the initial sound check. There you go. So where was I? Okay, here we go. We'll take it from this point. It was a different life when we were boys and girls, not just a different time. It was a different world. School always started the same every day. The Pledge of Allegiance, then someone would pray. Not every kid made the team. When they tried, they got disappointed. Well, that was all right. We turned out all right. It was a different life when we were boys and girls. Not a different time. It was a different world. No bottled water. We had a drink from a garden hose. Oh, and every Sunday, all those stores were closed, believe it or not. All those stores were closed. And that's how I remember, as a kid growing up, we had I like drinking water out of a garden hose myself. So yeah. All right. Now the second song, I heard this up at the Woodstock Folk Festival in July, and I said to myself, I think that sounds like a two-way street sing-along. So for those of you who want to, or those who don't, you're going to learn the chorus and you're going to sing along with me, hopefully. And the name of the song is A Place in the Choir, and it has a lot to do with animals. So the chorus that you're going to sing along will go like this. All God's critters got a place in the choir. Some sing low, some sing higher, some sing out loud on that telephone wire. Some just clap their hands or paws or anything they got. Got it? All right. It plays several times, so you eventually everybody will know this one. So here we go from the top. All God's critters got a place in the choir. Some sing low, some sing higher, some sing out loud on that telephone wire. Some just clap their hands or paws for anything they got. Listen to the face, it's the one on the bottom where the bullfrogs croak and that hippopotamus, he moans and groans where the big to-do and that old cow just goes poo. Oh, the dogs and the cats, they take up the middle where the honeybees hum and the crickets fiddle. The donkey brays, the pony neighs, and the old coyote, he just howls. Here we go now, we're ready for it. All God's critters got a place in the choir. Some sing low, some sing higher, some sing out loud on that telephone wire. Some just clap their hands or paws or anything they got. Listen to the top where those little birds sing on those melodies, with those high notes ringing, the hoot owl howl over everything, and the jaybird, he just disagrees. Singing in the nighttime, singing in the day, the little dog quacks, he's on his way. That possum, he don't have much to say, and that porcupine talks to himself. Here we go again. All God's critters got a place in the choir. Some sing low, some sing higher, some sing out loud on that telephone wire. Some just clap their hands or paws or anything they got. It's a civil song, living sung everywhere by that ox and that fox and that grizzly bear, that grumpy alligator and the hawk above, sly raccoon and that turtle dove. Last time, all God's critters got a place in the choir. Some sing low, some sing higher, some sing out loud on that telephone wire. Some just clap their hands or paws or anything they got. One more time. Some just clap their hands or paws or anything they got. And that's a song about critters. All right. Now I'm going to slip out of here, maybe. Like I say, half the fun here is trying to get yourself in and out. All right. Next up is Miss Jennifer, another one of the directors here. I'm the financial director. She's a full-fledged director. Tim Working Sound is the assistant director. A lot of directors around here. A lot of directing, and yet here we are. I always forget. Am I Tim? Am I unplugged? Very good. Good. no longer. But instead it's just me. So Jennifer, I am. So renting in my own mind. All right. You think.
Thanks. All right. Gotta plug in here. So I'm without my partner in crime, Joel, tonight. So. Gonna do a song I just wrote 6 days ago. I'm part of a songwriting class with a woman named Abby Gardner. She's part of Red Molly, and she's amazing. So the song prompt was to write about a memory, and I started thinking about the greatest advice that I'd ever received, which was, of course, from my dad. Are you ready? Because it's life-changing. Half of being smart is knowing what you're dumb at. Think about it, right? So anyway, the song is a little bit about that. Can you hear me, Tim? All right. Daddy always told me, give it what you got. Otherwise, what's the use in trying? And Daddy always said, you better look before you leap, or you just might end up crying. And I know that I went off the beaten path, and the road less traveled sometimes knocks you flat. But he made it look so easy, I thought I had it in the bag. But now I know that life ain't as simple as that. Daddy always told me to practice what I preach, and promises were best left unbroken. And Daddy always said, stand up for your beliefs, but there's always room to be the bigger person. And I know that I went off the beaten path, and the road less traveled sometimes knocks you flat. But he made it look so easy, I thought I had it in the bag. But now I know that life ain't as simple as that. If half of being smart is knowing what you're dumb at, then I sure got a long, long way to go. But the truth hurts, it's not as easy as it seems, but I guess he told me so. And I know that I went off the beaten path, and the road less traveled sometimes knocks you flat. But he made it look so easy, I thought I had it in the bag. But now I know that life ain't as simple as that. Now I know that life ain't as simple as that. There you have it. Thank you. I'm going to unplug Tim, just so I don't forget. All right. So next, I actually play the piano, and I have since I was a little kid. I teach piano. So I'm going to play one of my favorite contemporary composers. His name is Ludovico. I know him. You should YouTube him. Don't ask me how to spell it, but he's amazing. And so this is one of his songs that I love to play. It's called Rolling Like a Ball.
I'm out, you're in. I'm in, you're out. All right. Our next performer, hello Tim, attention, there he is. Our next performer is Ted. Ted is he's normally my lead-off guy, but he was a little late getting here today and I lost faith and decided to jump on. So he's now number 3. And you need some help, Ted, or you got it?
I'm normally this discoordinated.
I see, okay. The DI chord is down by your foot.
Yeah. Thank you.
For those who don't know, Jennifer is a business partner with Joel. They have Randomosity Media right over here in Downers Grove on Belmont. They teach, they record. Oh, and by the way, they are a singing duo named Ashley and Simpson. I always put the and in there because I got yelled at if I don't. So yeah, they are teaching. Anyway, Joel tonight is out at a paid gig, and so we can't ask him to be a volunteer when he passes up an opportunity to make some money. So those guys are both full-time at it, and are you ready?
No,
Yeah. Okay.
I'm properly scared.
Properly scared. Well, it couldn't be worse than me. Okay, so like I say, Randomosity Media. Take it away, Ted.
I'm here tonight as a Mortimer musician. I've got songs about being in the music business. I've run on the fringes. I played with Union Boys, but I've never been one. And that's way back before Union 1000. But anyhow, back in a galaxy far, far away, I decided that I wanted to play music for a living, for the heck of it, even though it's a tough business. And my logic at that time was, why should I beat my brains out, freeze in the winter, cook in the summer, when I can live in a nice hotel, eat in fine restaurants, and hang out in the bar all night and get paid for it? I never quite got it. I got most of the pieces, but not the last few, which would have made it go. And I had a manager that would book into the supper club and hotel lounge circuit. But anyhow, here's a song about bands on the road and some of the things. It was written by Sean Camp, who I believe hung around with Guy Clark. But this particular version I got from Willie Nelson, so you might notice some Willie influences in the song. It's called A Beautiful Time, Looking Back. Drinking black coffee in a little motel lobby, waiting for the band to come down. I've been traveling across Texas in an old station wagon and dragging a trailer behind. Well, I do the drinking and they do the drinking. That's how I keep us alive. Well, we played a good show last night in Waco. We still got an 8-hour drive. If I ever get old, I'll still love the road. I still love the way that it winds. When the last song's been played, and I look back and say, I sure have a beautiful time. Well, we're packed up and rolling. Who cares where we're going? The radio plays a sweet country sound. Got the sun on my skin, and my hair's in the wind, and all of the windows roll down. If I ever get old, I'll still love the road, still love the way that it winds. When the last song's been played, I'll look back and say, I sure had a beautiful time. They're having a party in the back seat, oh lordy. It looks like they're all out of beer. They're laughing at good jokes and rolling a good smoke. Why don't y'all pass that one up here? If I ever get old, I'll still love the road. I still love the way that it winds. When the last song's been played, I'll look back and say, I sure had a beautiful time. Well, I sure had a beautiful time. Another song about being in the music business and looking back. This one apparently, from what I understand, was written by a fellow named Mo Pitney, who supposedly lives in Rockford. But this version was done by Jose Feliciano, who I don't make any qualms about not being as good. It's called Behind This Guitar. I love the towns, I love the brains, 'cause the way my lyrics turn out, the way that it had. I get to sing and chase my dreams, just like with all good things, those strings of time. Don't get me wrong, my life's a song, you know me, I belong, girl, where you are. But from time to time it feels like I'm trapped, somehow stuck behind this guitar. Behind this guitar, just a boy who had a dream in his heart. Just behind this guitar, just a guy who didn't believe I'd get this far. When I was a kid and the other kids were doing what other kids did, well, there I was, sitting on the edge of my twin bed, picking till my fingers bled and it got in my blood. That's not to say I didn't fish or play, goof around and ask my age, and be home at night. From the age of 9 to right here tonight, you might say I've heard enough to walk behind this guitar. Behind this guitar, just a boy who had a dream in his heart. Behind this guitar, just a guy who didn't believe I'd get this far. I'd get this far. Well, I've always said that I've been blessed. Why me is anybody's guess. Well, I don't know. But I'm well aware that the man upstairs would have answered any other prayers and let mine go. But thanks to him, my family and friends, those who got me where I am, you know who you are. Well, with that in mind, the truth is I'm not the only one behind this guitar. This song is dedicated to actually two people who were an influence on me. One is my sweetheart, who manages to tolerate my music addiction and has gotten me out to music festivals to hear some really great music. And the other one is the Honorable Dave Humphreys, because I wanted to try it, and by the time I'd get home and get fed and get all the way down here, the list would be full. Now, that was in the days of 3 songs. And one day I got down there and Dave says, "Oh, there's one slot that's left. It's all yours. I'll write your name in it." And at that point it was too late, down the chute. And after the first song, several people moved a little closer to the stage, some of which I had paid money to go see, which really put the pressure on. But anyhow, that was my start at open mics. Thank you. Okay.
That must be okay because it didn't go crack. So yeah, Ted's been one of our regulars here at most open mics. As you might be able to tell, I'm not really good at this thing. I'm much better as an MC with a mic in my hand than I am playing up on the stage. Somehow, the first time I did it, I told my wife, "I'm going to do that." She goes, "Yeah, okay, sure." She thought I would never come through. So that was 5 years ago. I haven't gotten any better, but I just keep plugging away at it. So the next guy up is Eddie. Come on up. Okay, and Nick is on deck. Your coat's hanging on that. Okay, and as he gets himself prepared here, we are a coffee house, basically non-profit, and on nights like this, people who are playing don't pay, but for those who are just coming to listen, we do request a donation. So at that rate, you look ready.
I'm ready.
They don't want to listen to me, so go ahead and take it away, Eddie.
Sure they do. You should do an audio book. Anyway, Ted mentioned Jose Feliciano, and I just wanted to mention he does a really good version of the national anthem, but it was kind of before his time, and it was kind of like the Back to the Future movie where they're like, you don't get it, but your kids will get it type thing. So if you're ever curious, look that up. That's a really good performance of the national anthem. I'm going to do 2 original songs, and this first one is it's inspired by a song by Lefty Frizzell. Kind of like me paying homage, I guess. If I had the words to say that I loved you yesterday, you'd have loved me, kissed and hugged me, and you'd stay. Now you've just gone, I'm too late. When I knock on your door, it's a face not seen before. They smell drugs and my liquor. Things I'll change. But I just hear a sigh. I'm too late. Well, I look for work in Mesa, for a friend in Anaheim. I know a priest in Fairbanks. Wherever I go, I'm too late. Maybe I'll turn things around. I won't take my guns to town. I'll be clean and peaceful. I'll win you back. But I just know my fate. I'm too late. Thank you. It's also inspired by a guy I know who was he was given an ultimatum by his girlfriend, and it's either me or the drugs, and he picked the drugs. So, yeah. It's not autobiographical. This next song is called "Hold Me," and it's more inspired by the original version of Stand By Me," not the pop version, more like the gospel version. Should others' highs bring me low, hold me. Should others' highs bring me low, hold me. If I'm overcome by qualms, that others' highs bring me low. Hold me. If troubled times to raise fist, hold me. If troubled times to raise fist, hold me. If there's fire in my eyes, remind me of bluer skies. Troubled times a raised fist hold me. When the day breaks my spirit, hold me. When the day breaks my spirit, hold me. When my best just ain't enough, what was smooth is now rough. When the day breaks my spirit, hold me. If I forget who I am, hold me. If I forget who I am, hold me. If I'm a stranger in this land, would you lend me a hand? If I forget who I am, hold me. Thank you. Good to take it out.
Yeah, we really want to make sure the you don't unplug because it makes a terrible pop. Everybody hates it. Nobody loves it. Next up, we have Nick. And on deck, we have Tesra, okay. So he knows he's on deck. Nick, where are you? Hello, come on up. So you're going to do a little piano action? Okay, Tim, a little piano man. Not whatsoever. So while you're getting yourself here prepared, like I say, we are here every Friday night. We bring in traveling musicians from all around the country. We also feature about every other weekend local musicians from the Chicagoland area, which allows us to have a nice blend of, we've had people from East Coast, West Coast, South, North, everywhere you can imagine. When we were back in the days when we were strictly virtual, we did a concert from a lady in England. We did a husband and wife in Scotland and two sisters from Australia. they made it to our virtual stage. Now that we're back on Friday nights here, like I say, we are live, but we are also on the camera. So, are you ready? Yes, what is this going to get? Sure. Sorry. Not a problem. If that'll work, that'll work. All right, take it away.
All right. Both my songs are going to be Disney songs tonight. And the first one is going to be called Run from the Sun. From the sun, it can never catch up to you. You can always run from the sun. Run from the sun until your destination is what is coming to. Hail unto the amber moon. Pounding, rounding round the bend, sun beating down on the hood of your car. Halls of the grass lords, I'm nearly out of gas, Lord. All these typewriter ribbons with my wheel as the keys. I want a story on the world, I want to throw it out the window, 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 window. Run from the sun, I may be able to outrun a sun or two. Run from the sun, but now my quarry is the moon. Run from the sun, but now my quarry is the moon. Run from the sun, but now my quarry is the moon. Thank you. This other, oh,
Can you see well enough? Or
I no, I can see playing well enough. I appreciate that. Thanks. This next song is called Bird Song. The crow is dumber than the magpie. That's what they say, and I believe 'em. And though I may not have the raven's eye, there will be murder when I see 'em. A million versions of you, and they all flock to me. Are you just flocking to me? Well, let's wait and see.
All right. Once again, I need to apologize to the camera. They saw my best side as I was trying to do what we can here to keep things rolling. And next up, I'm just going to let you say your name because I'm going to slaughter it. Kasra. All right, step on up. You can stand, you can sit, you can do whatever you want. All right, he has brought the smallest instrument of the night. So if you're ready, you look like you're ready. I'm going to step away. And Sean is up on deck. Next up is Sean. Sean, are you around? Here he comes. I think we're all thrown because everybody's been doing two, and all of a sudden it's like, oh shit, everybody's gonna frame it. Two and one, all right. Now, Brad is on deck. That's right. And yeah.
It's okay. Yeah. Okay. Yes. Okay. All right. Here's a song by the late great John Prine, who on October 10th would have been his birthday. As the cafe was closing on a warm summer night, and Kathy was cleaning the spoons, the radio played the old hit parade, and I hummed along with the tune. She asked me to change the station, said the song just drove her insane. But it weren't just the music playing, it was me she was trying to blame. And the sky is black and still now, on the hill where the angels sing. Ain't it funny how an old broken bottle looks just like a diamond ring? And it's far, far from me. Well, I leaned on my left leg in the parking lot dirt, and Kathy was closing the lights. A June bug flew from the warmth he once knew, and I wished for once I weren't right. Why, we used to laugh together and dance to any old song. Well, you know, she still laughs with me, but she waits just a minute too long. And the sky is black and still now, on the hill where the angels sing. Ain't it funny how an old broken bottle looks just like a diamond ring? But it's far, far from me. Well, I started the engine and I gave it some gas, and Kathy was closing her purse. But we hadn't gone far in my beat-up old car, and I prepared for the worst. Will you still see me tomorrow? No, I got too much to do. Well, a question ain't really a question if you know the answer to. And the sky is black and still now, on the hill where the angels sing. And it's funny how an old broken bottle looks just like a diamond ring. But it's far, far from me. So my mom has recorded 50 albums, and she was a music teacher for about close to 40 years, so that goes. And I don't know how to sing harmony, just saved my life, so if you guys know it, you can sing the harmony, I'll sing the unison, and we'll try to make this sound good. Oh, oh, the summertime is come, and the trees are sweetly blooming, and the wild mountain thyme goes around the blooming heather. Where you go, lassie, go, and we'll all go together to the wild mountain thyme, all around the blooming heather. Will you go, lassie, go? I will build my love a bower by yon clear and crystal fountain, I will pile all the flowers of the mountain. Sorry. And we'll all go together to a wild mountain time, all around the blooming heather. Will you go, lassie, go? And if my true love should leave me, I will surely find another to pull wild mountain time all around the blooming heather. Where you go, lassie, go. Last time, and I'll walk off the stage, and everyone will be like, what the heck was that? I don't know either. And we'll all go together to a wild mountain time all around the blooming heather. Where ye go, thank you.
Following up a little bit on the farm thing, there's a concert on Thursday night, Friday night, Saturday night. These are named performers who are given the honor of coming up and doing their thing. And so yeah, it's like that. So while Fred is making his way up there, Bill, you're on deck. Wherever you are, Bill. I have a spoiler alert for those who are regulars here. We finally have ordered some new T-shirts. All we have left, the ones on the wall, they're all smalls. Last time I checked, I don't fit in a small. So we just ordered a bunch. They should be in maybe a week or 10 days. 2 different colors and a slightly different design, but that's going to be a fundraiser obviously for the two-way street, because we got to try and keep the lights on, and we always make an annual donation to the church. So yeah, it's right now we're a little in the red, but not too bad, and we'll probably make it through once again. So are you ready?
I'm ready when you are.
Oh, good. Well, take it away.
Thanks for coming out, everybody. I appreciate seeing y'all. Diane, Sheila, Jim, Jennifer, John, thank you so much. My name's Fred LeBaron. I work across the street, actually, at Ye Old Douglasville Public Library. For a lot of us boomerish types, this whole guitar thing started kind of with the Beatles. Some people have led them kind of into a Bob Dylan thing, some into a Jimi Hendrix thing, some into, I don't know, maybe in the Stooges. Me, still a Beatles thing. I remember yesterday playing on the radio, March 4th, 1966. Put like that sounds so long ago. I was just a naive kid, never had a broken heart. Something shifted in my soul when he sang that on my troubles part. Lying listening in the dark on my old red transistor, dreaming about a girl from school, wondering if she'd let me kiss her. By then Beatles songs weren't nothing new. They'd been around since '62. That one took me to a place I never knew. I never knew. Now every time I hear that song, those lyrics bittersweet and strong. Takes me back, this world fades away. The power of the past unrolls, draws me in, although I know I belong here living for today. But I believe, I still believe in yesterday. Those next few years got kind of weird. Smoke blew in and beards grew out. Disenchanted, full of doubt. Goodbye, old friends, twist and shout. Down a long and painful winding road. Hearts got broken, love got lost. The Fab Four faded down to two. All you need had such a cost. Still, every time I hear that song, those lyrics bittersweet and strong. Takes me back, this world fades away. The power of the past unrolls, draws me in, although I know I belong here living for today. But I believe, I still believe in yesterday. Well, that girl from school became my wife. We made it through the storms of life. We know tomorrow will be brighter than today. And we believe, we still believe. Yeah, every time we hear that song, those lyrics bittersweet and strong. Takes us back, this world fades somehow. The power of our past unrolls, draws us in, although we know we belong among those living now. And we believe, we believe, we believe, always will believe in yesterday. Yesterday. Yeah, yesterday. Thank you so much. So, I actually recorded a CD. I was going to call it The Boomiest Boomer That Ever Boomed. But my wife talked me out of that. And I actually call it the name of the song, which is Last Year's Leaves. We're not quite to that point in the calendar yet, but it's about that time of year when there's still a few diehards kicking around on the tops of the trees that just don't want to give it up. Last year's leaves are almost gone, save for a few still hanging on. Stubborn old oaks beyond their prime just won't let them go, although it's way past time. Last year's leaves are almost gone, hanging in and hanging through, as if spring might still renew, hoping for a renaissance, or one more final summer song. They know seasons gotta change, letting go of what remains isn't easy, it's gonna take too long. Last year's leaves are almost gone. Summer's lease, way too brief. Time is gonna steal the green from every leaf. That old winter is way too strong. Soon all that gold will join its brothers on the ground. Summer's lease is way too brief, hanging in and hanging through, as if spring might still renew, hoping for a renaissance, one more final summer song. And those seasons gotta change, letting go of what remains isn't easy and can be a kind of grief. Summer's lease is all too brief. I know clinging to the past won't get us anywhere, and there's beauty in the winter, even though that branch is bare. Still we hang in, we hang through, as if what's gone might still renew, hoping for some kind of renaissance, or to hear love's voice again, strong, clear, and true. I know seasons gotta change, letting go of what remains isn't easy, and it just takes too damn long. Last year's leaves are almost gone. Last year's leaves are almost gone. Thank you all so much. Great to see you. Thanks for coming out. Tim, here I go. Okay.
So that was Fred. Next
hey,
up.
You can find all those cool songs on Spotify, Amazon, iTunes,
yeah.
just under my name, Fred LeBaron.
All right. So yeah, while we're making a switch over here, you know, like I say, I'm much better doing the finances than I am doing the music. So that's why they let me stay here. Well, yeah, right, So anyway, then, like they say, the next guy we up has Bill. Come on down, or come on up, or whatever you want to call it. Okay, he'll need an instrument mic, Tim. Yeah, so like I say, I've only been at this place. I think my first open mic was 2017. Again, like I said, my wife kind of said, "No, you're never going to do that." And up until the point when the words started coming out of my mouth, she was over here to bail me out and take me home in shame. But somehow, it happened. And well, I just keep coming back for more. I don't know why, but I guess I do. And if you think this looks easy, okay, if you say, oh boy, anybody could do that, try it sometime. The next time, every 3 months, we have an open mic here. So, yeah, it's a lot of fun to do. And so I'm just going to say one more thing about Farm. Like I say, we go to Farm to find performers. We'll hear maybe 100 different performers during the course of those times. And sometimes you sit down next to one. A few weeks ago, we had a guy, Sean, come in. I sat down next to him one time. We started a conversation, and the next thing you know, he was up on stage doing songs for us. So it can happen anywhere and anyway. But I'm just kind of rolling. Oh, if you're ready. Okay. That sounds like a song, Hunting for Picks. All right, take it away, buddy.
Okay, years ago, my wife and I were on a road trip out west, and we were somewhere in the middle of Wyoming on this 2-lane highway headed west, and there was a police barricade up ahead. And when we got up there, I asked the officer what was going on. He said, Well, there was a murder last night in Cody, Wyoming, and we think that the fugitive was spotted on this highway. And then we went through, and that's the last we ever heard of it. We never found out any more information, whether they ever caught the guy or what happened. But it inspired me to write this song. Killed a man in Cody, that's what the sheriff said. Killed a man in Cody, he shot him in the head. Now he's down in Hayden Valley, trying to find his way. Down in Hayden Valley, trying to find his way. A barroom brawl, a free for all in a Cody cowboy bar. He killed a man, then off he ran and he stole somebody's car. He won't get far. Down in Hayden Valley, a man ain't welcome there. It's home for the big bull elk, it's home for the grizzly bear. Down in Hayden Valley, trying to find his way. Down in Hayden Valley, trying to find his way. He drove all night till the first gray light of a cold Wyoming dawn. The car was found, they searched around, but the desperate man was gone. He won't last long. Down in Hayden Valley, a man ain't welcome there. It's home for the big bull elk, it's home for the grizzly bear. Down in Hayden Valley, trying to find his way. Down in Hayden Valley, trying to find his way. In the tall pine trees, he's likely to freeze. There's ice on the pond today. He won't last there in the land of the bear. He's never gonna get away. Get away. Down in Hayden Valley, a man ain't welcome there. It's home for the big bull elk, it's home for the grizzly bear. Down in Hayden Valley, trying to find his way. Down in Hayden Valley, trying to find his way. What happened that night when the killer took flight? Did he perish in the cold? He may have fooled the law and escaped after all, maybe to Mexico. We'll never know, 'cause down in Hayden Valley, a man ain't welcome there. It's home for the big bull elk, boys, it's home for the grizzly bear. Down in Hayden Valley, trying to find his way. Down in Hayden Valley, trying to find his way. Down in Hayden Valley, trying to find his way. Killed a man in Cody, that's what the sheriff said. Thank you. Okay, that's kind of a depressing song. Well, this one's a little different. This is an old jug band song, probably from the late 1920s and possibly by Gus Cannon, but I'm not sure. First time I ever heard this song was the Jim Kweskin Jug Band. And there's the pick. So this is a song about jug band music, and coincidentally, the name of the song is Jug Band Music. Way down South Memphis, Tennessee, Jug band music sounds so sweet to me, says it sounds so sweet. Oh, it's hard to beat. Jug band music certainly sounds a treat to me. Oh boy. I was feeling low when I woke up today, but the jug band music drove my blues away, 'cause it sounds so sweet. Oh yes, it's hard to beat. Jug band music certainly was a treat to me. I was with my gal, I put my hand on her knee. She said, if you can't play the jug, then you can't play with me, 'cause it sounds so sweet. Oh, it's hard to beat. Jug band music certainly was a treat to me. Well, I went back home, turned on my radio. Jug band music made me stomp on my floor, 'cause it sounds so sweet. Oh yes, it's hard to beat. Jug band music now certainly was a treat to me. Then I took off my shoes, I took off my socks, I took off my shoes. I danced all night to the jug band blues, 'cause it sounds so sweet. Oh, it's hard to beat. Jug band music certainly was a treat to me. Now way down south in Memphis, Tennessee, jug band music sounds so sweet to me, as it sounds so sweet. Oh, it's hard to beat. Jug band music certainly was to me. Yes, it sounds so sweet. Oh, it's hard to beat. Jug band music certainly was a treat to me. I said jug band music certainly was a treat to me. A little ragged, but we got through it.
Like I've said many times, if you think this looks easy, try it sometime. You know, nobody here ever started their career as a professional musician. And we just like to do it because we like to do it. Okay. All right, the next guy up is a guy named John. Not me, thank God. John plays so many different instruments. You never know what John's going to bring to the open mic. So, yeah. I'm not even sure what he brought tonight. So what do you think you brought? There you go.
Can we put a little reverb on this? Sounds good.
Okay.
Class. This is a cana. It's an instrument from the indigenous people of Peru. And they usually make them out of a piece of river cane or something like that, but this is a fancy one made of hardwood. Play a traditional version of El Condor Pasa.
this seems a little bit bigger than a normal flute here. You're not mistaken. It's an alto. And how about this thing, just so I can play down low near the singing voices of the Plank Road folk music musicians, and you can match your vocal range a little better with this thing. And I'll play one of my favorites, Danny Boy. Cold nature, got a little air to
So now that everybody's all kind of mellowed out on the Danny Boy, our next guy up is a guy named Dan, who's right behind me. All right, so now you're going to make me talk again, huh? So like I say, two-way street every Friday night, different performers, some locals, some from all over the states. So yeah, it's a wonderful thing. I've been involved now for about 5-6 years. Pretty much every Friday night I'm here. Once again, the farm is coming up next weekend, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And there's a main concert Thursday night, Friday night, Saturday night. There's an opportunity there. If you want to just stop by for one of those, you can get what's called a taste of farm. I'm getting from the back of the room. Oh, that's true. Surprise, surprise, surprise. Yeah. Well, yeah, you got to come here on Friday because. All right, Ariel, and she's coming, I think, from California, I believe. And then yeah, she's doing her thing here, and then we'll see her the rest of the weekend at the farm. That sounds kind of funny. Folk Alliance Regional Midwest. There are various chapters of this. There's the North and the South and the Far West. And then there's the Folk Alliance International, which is, it's kind of a big, there might be 3,000 people there. This one, there's probably more like 300 people, give or take. So it's more of a regional thing, but you'll hear some wonderful music there. So, are you ready, sir?
I think so.
Okay, well then I'm going to say take it away. Dan is our final performer of the night. So take it away, do a good job.
I'll try. No pressure, huh? Is the guitar on? It's okay. I'll play it loud. There we go. This is a song. It's about extraterrestrials. I mean, so it's kind of weird, but some of you physicists out there may know about the Drake equation. It's an equation that some famous physicists, Enrico Fermi and others, came up with this equation. And it's they were sitting around, as a lot of us do, wondering, well, is there or isn't there? What's the deal? And so they came up with an equation. It's really just a series of probabilities multiplied together to come up with a probability that there could be extraterrestrial life somewhere in the universe. And so I took that equation. I didn't really take the equation, but I made it into a song at any rate. It's called Are We Alone? In this vast universe, are we alone? Well, let's go on a cosmic trip and let your mind roam. Well, how many galaxies out there would you say? Well, millions and millions, and they find more every day. And for each galaxy, how many stars would you think? Again, millions and millions, they say, with a wink. With millions and trillions of stars that have shone, do you think that we are alone? Are we alone? Well, for each star, how many planets would you guess? Well, maybe 10. But I'm clueless, I confess. And how many planets? Not too hot and not too cold. Maybe 1 out of 10, I've been told. With billions and billions of planets in the zone, Do you still think that we are alone? Are we alone? Well, how many planets could have air? Maybe 1 out of 10 might be fair. And of these planets, is there anything alive? Maybe 1 out of 100 might survive. With millions and millions of planets that are not a lifeless stone, do you still think that we are alone? Are we alone? And of the planets with life, are there any with brains? Well, maybe 1 out of thousands would be my refrain. And of these planets with life, are there anything we could talk to them about? Maybe 1 out of 100 might be that. So with millions and millions of planets with life, do you still think that we are alone? Are we alone? Are we alone? Are we alone? Okay. Thank you. I forgot the words on some of that song. Still more in the philosophical vein of things. That's where my mind has been, I guess, lately. And so, this song's about. We all think about God now and then. So maybe all the time you think about God. I don't know. But I did some thinking about God and came up with this song. And it's really not about my beliefs. They're kind of weird, but it's about all the different concepts of God. I'm not pushing any one of these concepts. And I always say that, if you don't find your concept of God in this song, then see me afterwards. We'll just write another verse to it. So we can just add to the song. It's called It's Your God. Is your God a God of morals, concerned with what's best for all of us, what's right and wrong to teach us? Well, it's your God. Is your God a God of science, equations and formulas guide us, math and physics inform us? Well, it's your God. Nobody can tell you. It comes from inside you. Your beliefs, they're just for you. It's your God. Is your God a heavenly God, watching and judging all of us, showing the way and loving us? Well, it's your God. Is your God a God of the cosmos, everywhere and everything around us, in the stars and space abounding us? Well, it's your God. Nobody can tell you. It comes from inside you. Your beliefs, well, they're just for you. It's your God. Is your God a God of nature, in all the creatures among us, in the stars and in the sky and earth beneath us? Well, it's your God. Is your God within all of us, or simply invented by us, no matter what's inside us? Well, it's your God. Nobody can tell you. It comes from inside you. It comes from inside you. Well, it's your God. It's your God. It's your God. Thank you.
Tim, are we unplugged?
Okay.
Go for it. Okay, that's it. We've made it through the list once again. Thanks to all who performed. Thanks to all who listened. Like I say, we do this every 3 months. So, what is this? October, November, December, maybe January is our next open mic. The first Friday in January. January 6th. That's a funny date. It took a while. All of a sudden, people got the joke. And January 6th, huh? So anyway, thanks everybody for coming. And next week, like I say, we have performer here. And it'll be another wonderful night here in the coffee house. So thank you and good night.